I was networking with Chris Kringle himself. Holy shit! Sorry.
Absolutely, the one and only.
I mean, you got to be. It was a. I mean, it is a moment when you're sitting there talking to people. I'm talking to one Jewish guy from Columbia University, Kurt over there. Max shows up. Max shows up, looks like he's a beard master. You know what I mean? Right? The Debbie Dub, who doesn't even sound like a real name, and all of a sudden Santa pops in. I'm like, holy, wow, this is the coolest networking event I've ever been to.
There you go.
Exactly.
Damn, Kurt, you like bring people in. Santa Papa, wow, Santa Papa, wow.
That's right.
I just saw you on with Luca.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
He's in the North Pole.
I network around the world 365.
Well, I only work one day a year, so it's a great job.
Well, you call this 10 hours, doing this 10 hours a day, one day a week. I don't know, because there's all kinds of toys to be made, right?
So, all right. So what is it Santa Papa John does?
When I'm not making toys, I'm making videos to make people smile and create honest, happy, joyful, positive memories.
Oh, I love you.
And then
I do.
I do stories for the children where I actually.
Oh, I like you even more.
Can you imagine me reading a story to your children with their names actually and put it in the story?
Yes.
Okay. What about a specialized thank you video from you on behalf of your company to your clients or your So I've come up with about 10 different ways to make videos to help businesses and people create positive, happy, joyful memories. And if that's not enough, are you a veteran?
Very much. Navy.
Thank you for your service. There is no national list in this country to tell you all the different services that are out there. So I am on a mission to compile a national list of services that will help our veterans not have to put up with the VA for putting up on a list for 6, 8, 10 months of wait time to get services that they rightfully deserve and need. So it's called The Warriors Beacon of Hope, and it is live. And what I'm yesterday sort of blew, or on Friday it sort of blew me away. I was on a meeting with this gentleman, and he says, "Man, I love this idea. This country really needs it. I'm going to introduce you to my buddy. He works at the Pentagon."
Wow.
So I really tickled some nerves in this country for needing a list. I actually had a guy say to me, "Oh wait, there is a national list, but they charge $5,000 a year to be on this list. I'm going to charge people $10 a month to be on my list because this is what this country needs and this is what our veterans need."
God bless.
And if they can't afford the $10 a month, I'm going to donate to them one of my stories so they can wrap that off to cover the $100 a year that it's going to cost to put on my list.
That is fantastic. I'm sharing with my friends that I'm networking with Santa Claus.
There you go. Absolutely. Thanks, Deb. Thanks, Mac. Hey, Kurt, how are we doing?
Doing fantastic.
So I am a Santa, Mark, that thinks outside the gift box. Thank you to network marketing. It used to be and Nancy's coming to join us too. Hello, young lady. How are you? You're muted.
I am. Sorry, I'm late.
That's okay. We're just having a joyful conversation because Mark had never met me before. And I'm just telling him some of the things that I've done. And, I'm a truck driver by trade, Mark. I've done 3 million miles in a big truck.
Holy poop.
Yep. So then I got laid off a year ago, middle of October. So I've been doing this full time for a year. And I've talked to people in 21 different countries in the last 2 weeks.
I think you need to let me tell you what I do for a living, sir, because I think that we can truly collaborate deeply. And I think that if I tell you what I do for a living, you'll be thrilled.
Lay it on me, brother, because that's what it's all about, the power of networking.
I own a television channel, like literally, like it's called On the MARC TV. I own my own television channel that streams. Like right now, look, like I was at an event, and I'm a terrible cameraman, but if you see the logo, and if you see the logo, it says On the Mark TV. This is my channel, and right now, this is me, who's a really bad cameraman who didn't turn the phone the right way, and this was the $1 Million Mingle. That's Derek Bowles, an ex-football player who now is a big-time speaker. And if I turned it on, you'd hear him. But I'm a terrible cameraman. I use my phone, unfortunately. But the reason I didn't care is because they videoed it. They had professional video people there, which they'll share it with me, and then I'll delete this. But this is the $1 Million Mingle event that was over here the past weekend, and these are numerous vendors that were at the event. This is part of the polo event here in Scottsdale, Arizona. And I was interviewing these people and going around talking to these people at this event. And now the world will see. My channel is seen by global over 250,000 people a week, if not more. And I am a major entrepreneur, a 2-time international best-selling author, as part of like numerous networks. Kurt's heard my story now, like, I don't know, for the last 6 hours because we've been on a bunch of groups together. But Kurt just grabbed me in, and I'm kind of like hanging out with him. But yeah, and I was part of Luca's event earlier. Now I'm up with you guys. But like this is that girl right there. That's Asia Clamaco. You want to know somebody in the NFL? You want to know anybody in the cannabis industry? She'll connect you. I'm deeply connected with both, NFL, NBA, all that stuff, and also in the cannabis industry. So when you own a TV channel, people want to be part of you. So Santa Papa John, you could be if you send me videos about what you do. Not only will the world see it, but you'll make money easily.
I appreciate that. Let's set up some time to do a one-on-one. I'd love to have a.
Well, the simplest way, honestly, it's not that you just go to my website and you'll not my website. Yeah, I have a website, of course, but go to my LinkedIn. You'll see who I am. You'll see how many board of directors I sit on, and you'll see what I do. And you can look up connect. You'll look up connect to your city. You'll see that I'm part of a 150 channel network. It's not a podcast. I'm part of a 150 channel network that gets out there and go, and the world. See, and here I am. See, selfie. There's more people. There's angel investors. I know all these people. I know all these connect. I know all these. There's what you call it. There's 501(c)s there. I know all these major athletes and stuff. It can connect you to. Oh, there it goes. See, it got better. See, I turned it. See, I turned it the right way. See, I got smart. See, this is Rise Foundation.
I just sent you a connection on LinkedIn.
Yeah, this is Rise Foundation. That's part of it. The different. That's Kristen Hodge. See, she runs Rise Foundation. She's big with youth basketball. So that's what I do. A lot of and see, all about God, refuse to lose. And, there's people coming in and hanging out. That gentleman, that's Jerry Robinson, Jerry Radio TV. So that's who I am.
That's incredible. You've worked your ass off to get the recognition that you so rightfully deserve, sir.
And I don't work hard. I don't work hard. I have the gift of gab. I have the gift of gab. The only thing that works hard is my mouth.
Well, you and I will get along real good then.
But if you look right there, you see that gentleman right there in the suit on the right? That's Denzel Smalls. He has two master's degrees. He's about to get his PhD in industrial psychology. He's my COO. He's taking in the oxygen, for your better health. This is a machine that draws, and he said he felt tremendous. He's a disabled Air Force veteran, and he felt tremendous after this oxygen.
Yeah.
It works. Yeah.
Hey, Mark,
Mhm.
I'm asking you this question, but it actually goes for all of you.
Mhm.
Debbie, Nancy, and Mac. Would you like your channel to be Santa approved?
Santa approved?
Would you be interested in it being Santa approved?
You see this badge right here, Mark?
Hey, I'm a Jewish kid. I love Santa.
See this badge right here, Mark, over my shoulder on my background?
Yes, sir.
I just got the paperwork from the government. I have the official trademark for that badge.
It's hard to see, and I'm only on a phone, so.
Okay. It says Santa approved.
And you got it by the federal government?
It's my badge. It's my paperwork that I filed. I have the trademark for it.
Congratulations.
That's how serious I take my business. And I must comment that Kurt is an incredible connector. He has introduced me to some very amazing people, and he's introduced me to you. So thank you very much. So I'm proud that I'm a good friend of Kurt's. Whether he says that back to me or not, sometimes he does and sometimes he doesn't. But you know, Kurt's like you. He works his tail off to introduce people to incredible people. You know, Mac and Nancy and Deb, they're all good friends of mine. I've had one-on-ones with many of them, and this is my chat session now. And I'm glad you're sticking around because now I get to meet you, and I'd love to have a conversation to see where we could take this friendship.
Set it
And
up anytime, sir.
absolutely. And the reality of it is, I've learned a lesson a long time ago, Mark. You don't get anything in this world if you don't ask the question.
Okay, I'll go with that.
You know, because every conversation you have with a movie star or a basketball star, you got to ask them certain questions to carry the conversation forward. And if you don't have
All I
that,
do is I only ask him a 4-part question, a 4-word question. And then you let them, it's called, what do you do? And people love to talk about themselves. So you say, what do you do? And then they
Yep.
tell you. And I'm
Yep.
always around entrepreneurs. So they're always willing to tell me what they do. You know what I mean? So I just say, what do you do? And they tell me. And if 9 times out of 10, I have a great luck in when they're talking, it's something I'm into. It's not like I don't meet a lot of people that, insurance salesmen out there, no offense, or financial advisors, no offense to anybody, but it just seems like whenever I connect with people, it makes sense based on what I do, you know?
Correct. That's pretty awesome. How long have you had your TV station going?
2 years.
And you're up to
Yeah, and I accomplished a lot in 2
$250,000?
years. Look, I'll show you guys, just to let you know. See that woman on the left? Her name is Denise Meredith. And Denise Meredith is what was 28 years old. She was the first youngest person to be in charge of Bureau of Land Management. She also started the first Black Chamber of Commerce in the United States. And because of that, she's on a plaque in Arizona Cardinals Stadium because she was one of the people behind building the Arizona Cardinals Stadium. And she was one of the first people in the world to get Black people on the TPC, which is now the Waste Management Open. And that gentleman right there is Dr. Smiley. That's Ken Rashawn on the left. And he's one of the biggest publishers in the world. So my list of friends is deep. And these are all these people I know on a very, very personal basis.
Amazing.
Yeah, this was a big
Congratulations.
this was a big networking, but there was thousands and thousands and thousands of people there.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's
But it
called
also
$1 Million. It's
shows
the polo
you,
event.
it also shows you that you're a man of integrity to
Yes.
allow these people to have a friendship with you because you obviously say what you want to say to them and you're not BSing them, because that's what ruins a lot of friendships right away is when you start BSing, especially a millionaire or someone in the sports league.
Well, I wasn't raised to lie to people. See, look, NASCAR is advertising on my channel, so that tells you one thing,
Sweet.
right?
Yep.
They're not paying me because I told them not to. I should have told them yes. I don't know why I said no. I told them later. I just told them later. I told them after the first year they could write me a check.
Yeah. If they're still around, because it's about to implode, my understanding.
NASCAR?
Yeah.
They just started their third champ. They NASCAR will it'll have 3 events here in Arizona. No, they're not blowing.
If you read behind the stories, there's a lot of drivers that are really getting perturbed on the way they
It's the same thing with the Live Golf. They all tried to break away from the PGA and go with the Saudi
Yeah.
Arabians.
Well, I agree. Yeah. Yeah. But some of the bigger owners are saying it's harder and harder and harder to keep a team in NASCAR because the
Greediness,
payout,
the greediness.
the greediness and the payout is not where it should be.
No, Tony Stewart pulled out of it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and
Yep.
there's a few more. I've been seeing highlights on some of the different social medias that they're ready to walk if things don't change too. It's going to be
Okay,
interesting.
well, let's get everybody else involved. I think we're taking up too much of the time.
Yes. Welcome, Nancy. Welcome, Mac, Debbie, and Kurt. Thank you for all coming to Santa Papa John's VIP session. And I do this the first and third Mondays from 5 to 6 Central Time. And, you know, Deb, why don't you start and introduce yourself and tell us what you do?
Unmute. There you
Thanks,
go.
Santa. Nice to see everyone here and meet you, Mark. I'm Debbie Miller with Prepaid Legal Services, Inc., helping families and small businesses in North America have access to law firms in their area at an affordable rate. Also, identity protection. That's right now with all of the scams going on with, well, hello, Christmas. Sorry, 50 days away. Grinches are out there looking for information, and also, well, with all the voting possible scams there are, it's great time to have identity protection that Legal Shield and ID Shield can provide. Thanks, Santa. Back to you.
Nancy, thank you for coming and enjoying some conversation today. Tell us what you do, young lady.
Absolutely, Santa. So I am the healthy sales chick, and I absolutely love having people have happy, healthy sales, because when you have happy, healthy sales inside, then on the outside, at 72, I want to continue to just age with grace and stamina. And I don't want to outlive my longevity. I want my healthy lifestyle to stay just in sync with my longevity. Just like you, John, I love connecting and networking. I've been connecting people for over 20 something years. And I have a show that's on Win 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 Women TV every Wednesday night, and just absolutely love having guests to be able to highlight them and share about their expertise and what they're doing to help people to nurture that mind, body, and spirit, physically and financially. Thank you, Santa. Can I tell you what I want for Christmas?
More money.
I want a new stun gun.
A new stun gun. Yeah, maybe you need a new neighborhood.
No, my neighborhood's good, but I mean, I've got my concealed weapons permit, but I think it's better to carry a stun gun.
There you go. Hey, Mark, introduce you to Mac, a good friend of mine. He's all the way up from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Tell him
Nice.
what you do, Mac.
Go Maple Leafs.
Who?
Go Maple Leafs.
Yeah, who?
Oh.
We don't know that team here.
Oh, you must be a Canadian fan. You must be a Canadians fan.
No, I don't even watch hockey really.
Oh,
but
okay.
people have
Go
been
Argonauts?
waiting many
Go
years.
Raptors?
So no. So there are no teams here really that are worth watching. Some people will say, but but yeah, it's a pleasure to meet you, Mark. Thank you, Kurt, for this platform. Thank you, Santa, and thank you, Emily, in the background as well, and to you, ladies, as well, that are joining us. So thank you for having me. And what it is I do, if you don't know already, it's about creating brand awareness in a unique and creative way, and you can do that really by talking to me, having a conversation, and seeing how I can help. It's about really telling a story that people will resonate with, whether that's creating a blog, a newsletter, a website, et cetera, or it's creating promotional swag. Promotional swag is an important part of any business. I'm sure we all have things sitting on our desk, whether it could be a pen, it could be a power bank. The sky's the limit. We can brand a lot of different items. And I'd love to have a conversation. So I'm your brand management guy, and let's discuss how I can support and help you. And let's have a conversation. I know some of you I'm due to have a conversation with, and yeah, you know who you are. And I will reach out to those people, or you can reach out to me, and let's do it. So Santa, back to you. Kurt, if you want to say anything, you've been really, really quiet. Maybe you can share a joke or tell us what's happening in the world of water skiing lately. Is the season done?
Yeah, for us Wisconsinites, there's very few people in Wisconsin that ski in November like this, but there are some. There are some there's some that, as long as the boat can go through and not held back by ice, some even chip the ice away to, create a water ski course and stuff like this. So, but yeah, I'm not one of those people, but they're out there. But yeah, as far as the generally known Wisconsin water ski season, yeah, we wrapped that up with a barefoot tournament we hosted at the end of September. So that's really where our season ends as a club, as a water skier club. Um, but I mean, in terms of everybody going around introducing themselves, I'm a guy that goes around and asks the question, what have you done? What are you doing right now during the Santa's VIP panel discussion time? And what are you going to be doing later with a professional with a disability? So there you go. So I'm the creator of Global Ability Fest, where my crusade is to create events all around the world that'll demonstrate how people with disabilities are the masters of ability, and the awe that I have experienced in the last decade. We're going to bring that to the forefront, just like My Team Triumph. The story with My Team Triumph is when they go around to endurance events and they talk to coordinators of endurance events. Don't tell people from My Team Triumph that, oh, yeah, all of your athletes can come up right up behind and just follow along. Because that's not how My Team Triumph does it. My Team Triumph says, if you really get what we're doing, our diverse ability athletes will be right in front at the starting line. So that's how they do it. So that's how I'm running everything in the My Team Triumph way, where I am looking for people with disabilities to be at the table of boardrooms and to be at the C-level executive status, to look forward to when we'll have another president of the United States with a disability. And I'm involved in reinvigorating the ADA. I call it an ADA reboot. And so we're going to be gathering in Makanda, Illinois on Saturday, July 26th, celebrating the 35th anniversary of the Americans with Disabilities Act. And we're going to be teaming up with Hopestock by Project iHeart, which is Santa approved. All right. So there we go. So we have things catalyzing and culminating, and it is just setting a wildfire and spreading like wildflowers. And then it is the birth of a movement.
Absolutely, it is.
How do we support you in that endeavor, this ability, this discussion that you're talking about, or this event happening in July, and any other events? So,
Well, we need to start right this Sunday. So this Sunday, November 10th, we're gonna have veterans being supported, hope-filled worship, and so forth. We got a church that offered up to Project Die Hard to create a hybrid event. So we're going to be getting with these faith leaders and this congregation and all these community folks, and this is going to be available on live streaming from out of our Project Die Hard YouTube. So really the best way to support right now as a matter of this conversation all the way now through Sunday is to tell everybody all about the website projectdiehard.org and all of the social media Project Die Hard across LinkedIn and Facebook and YouTube. And we're going to have our Mission Monday podcast coming up momentarily in about 1 hour, 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern. So if within the next hour, if you can get some more viewers and listeners, we're going to have our very own Brian Gibson. And hopefully at the halfway mark, hopefully Santa Papa John with our Santa approved status will come in and join this conversation about really igniting it. There's going to be other events that is creating a journey, to Hopestock. And it's all being kicked off this Sunday from the faith community. And and with this podcast tonight, with my wife Sue involved, and I'll be on there, and anybody else who wants to be on, Nancy, Debbie, Mac, if you want to be on. Again, it starts in an hour, 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern. Brian Gibson and Chaplain Dave, and we're going to be going through it all, a power-packed hour, and we're putting it all on there because, gosh darn it, the lives of our veterans is worth it.
Absolutely. Nancy, have you met Kurt before?
Yes, Kurt and I've known each other over 3 years, Santa.
There you go. I
We've
wasn't sure, so
co-hosted
I thought I would ask.
yeah,
And
we've
then,
co-hosted with H&P North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
there you go.
Favorite project, North Carolina. Her and I
Wow.
did the show together. Yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
and I love connecting people with Kurt too. Just when you were just talking, I just thought there's a nonprofit here that Yvonne McJetters is for female veterans that keep them from becoming homeless. And so
Yeah. So with Nancy, I add the word flurry. It's a referral flurry with Nancy.
That's a good thing.
Thank you,
you know?
Nancy. It's been working out really well. Thank you.
And of course, our podcast engineer extraordinaire, Miss Emily. She keeps the show running, and I appreciate all the extra work that she does, not only for me, but for Kurt and all the other projects that are on this disability channel. There's a lot of work that goes behind the scenes that people don't really take into consideration. So thank you very much, Emily. You want to say a word or two?
Uh, so just bringing up H&P North Carolina reminded me of Lawrence Garden and Wingate Studios with him being a veteran and his whole veteran thing. So I think we need to get Lawrence connected with Santa somehow and the whole veteran thing.
Yep.
yep.
Awesome.
In fact, he just had his birthday last weekend.
Oh boy.
Really? Pretty exciting. The power of networking is a true what's the word I want to use, Kurt? Embellishment of the human structure that people I'm finding I'm meeting some incredible people that want to introduce me to some more incredible people.
Mm-hmm.
There's a friendship that happens over networking that people either embrace or they kick it to the curb, and they're a fool to kick it to the curb because embracing it can open up so many different doors. I mean, I was, and I tell this story the last couple of weeks. It's kind of funny. Kurt had me on one of his podcasts, one of the meetings, and these two gentlemen were sitting chatting away, and all of a sudden they started talking about their next big deal, and one was 50 million and one was 300 million, and I'm going, you look in the mirror and you go, what the hell is Santa doing in talking with these guys that are talking $300 million deals? But the reality of the conversation when it came time to talk to me, to Kurt, they talked to me and Kurt and everybody else that was there, just like we're talking right now. And that was the coolest part. And I went, they don't think I'm just, you're just Santa Claus. You don't need to be included in this conversation. No, they included me in the conversation. They included they warranted they loved the questions that I asked. And when they asked me questions, I was excited to answer it. So the power of networking, you never know who's on the other side of the screen if you haven't done your homework. There's Hala joining us. Tell us a little bit about yourself, young lady. You just joined us at the right time.
Thank you. Yes, I was in a meeting, so I couldn't get out. And thank you for allowing me in here, although I'm 30 minutes late. Thank
That's
you.
okay.
Yeah, who invited me? I think it was Emily that I saw the invite to. So thank you. Is she here? She's not here. No?
Yep.
Emily,
She's
there you
poking her
are.
head
Thank you
up.
for the
She's
invite.
busy.
I see it. I just saw her. Okay. Me, well, you all know me. It's Hale. It's pronounced like hallelujah. Today, actually, all I'm doing instead of talking about myself, I'm just offering gifts on this amazing platform that I'm part of. So that's what I'm doing right now until my courses get ready. So those aren't ready. I can't promote those right now. So I'll promote a gift on this platform that I'm on. So I'm all about adding that joy, that zest of a 4-year-old in your life, whether it can be relationship, health, whatever that one thing is that you want to move forward and you're not. So HealthSpan is about adding quality of life throughout your life, quality of health throughout your life. There you go. Thank you. That's me in short.
Awesome. Thank you. Do you know everybody on the screen?
I think so, except the, wait, those are note take, no, yeah, the rest are note takers. I know everyone, yes.
Awesome. Good stuff. I was
Right.
just throwing in the words of the power of networking and how you can introduce your, you know, there, I got that out. So the power of networking is when you introduce someone to somebody else. And that person doesn't know the new person on the screen. And you could be talking to a billionaire and they can be talking to you just like we're talking like each other right now. So never underestimate who is on the other side of that screen until you do your homework and then you go, oh, yeah, okay, I was just talking to him. He's worth like $800 million. But you know, the conversation is never cut yourself short on the conversation because they want to be part of the conversation just as much as you do. Thoughts, anybody?
That's very true, Santa. Yeah, you just never know. It's just having these platforms, these networking events, and just going and seeing who you can meet and talk to, and how you can help and support and love on them and give them a big hug and whatever else they need, you know. And yeah, I believe there's lots of value in that.
Santa,
Thank
about
you.
almost 20 years ago, I was able to meet Hiram Smith, and he was the creator of the Franklin Planner. You know, everybody has their daytimer books now. And so he was sharing, you know, business and just, you know, about networking. And he said the most valuable resource that we will ever have is our Rolodex. But he also said that, you know, gave us a great story because there was 4 bankers from London that wanted to start doing business from Bank of London or Bank of England in the United States. And they asked Hiram for an introduction. And he did. He helped him. He was in Chicago, introduced him. They started doing business in the United States. And later on, they came back to him, Santa, and they said, we're very grateful for your kind help. You know, is there anything we could do for you? And he said, well, he said, I've always wanted to go to Wimbledon. Guess who had 4 tickets to Wimbledon that year? And so we don't do
Absolutely.
things out of those ideas that we're going to get something back for it or ulterior motives. But it's always amazing and fun to see how, you know, when we're sowing seeds of kindness, how things come back to us in different ways.
And you said the big word that I am starting to see more and more in networking, the kindness in people's hearts.
Mm-hmm.
And the old proverbial, you know, you hear it in business people all the time. You give more than you want to take because it does come back to you. It might not come back tomorrow or next week, but it most likely will come back in you know, months or years. And what we need to do is keep building those relationships up with people, because when you go into networking, you really want to create the know, like, and trust of the person that you're meeting with so they can refer you tomorrow, next day, next week, next month to someone else. And that's where the true power is, you know. And when you have warm introductions to people, it already crosses a proverbial big bridge versus doing a cold call.
Now, the next layer of connections is really, really key factor in our relationships because I mean, obviously, we all can't use everything that every connection that we know has, but every person that we connect with has people that we could possibly meet and be a benefit to. And again, it's not what we're going to necessarily get out of it instantly or even very quickly, but those connections are going to be, could be well, not could be, they will be priceless eventually. So,
Absolutely, absolutely. And I am no marketing specialist. I'm a truck driver, but the reality of asking questions and sitting back and let other people respond can open up an amazing door of conversation that you can have with the other people. So it's never underestimate the power of conversation. I thought someone's going to jump in there, but that's okay. So, who is using what platforms? I actually heard this on a another meeting this afternoon where a lady said she started doing what I'm doing. I'm doing like 10 different platforms a day. Who is using what platform to their best advantage, and who would say what is their top 3 different avenues for networking? Deb?
well, I caught you on TikTok the other night a little bit, so you're doing awesome there. I have not gotten quite into that, but I do LinkedIn and added a video recently on my YouTube channel as well. So those are a couple of the ones that I'm trying to use for my advantage to just get my information out and let people know that I'm here.
Nancy?
So I, just like you did too. I mean, I've got a TikTok platform, but I'm on there every once in a great while, just, encouraging and giving little fun tips. I use Alignable. I like LinkedIn a lot because LinkedIn is user friendly to me, especially through Messenger, introducing people to each other. And just, you can have that little blue dot, you can mark something unread. So that's a reminder that you need to go back and address it. It's part of follow-up. I think there's a lot to all these platforms that I do not take advantage of completely at this time, but they're always evolving. And Kathy does an awesome job with her push the button, push the button. And so, but I do like using Canva. I like using NowSite for AI. I like doing some different ways to be able to lighten the load with technology. But at the end of the day, it's really people, Santa, working with people and helping each other and calling on, when something isn't working or you're stuck, that's the beauty of having an incredible network. You've got all these experts and all these people that, are so willing and open to be able to just help you to get through some things. So what was the other question about the 3 things?
I was going to say, what's your 3 favorite platforms?
Okay, LinkedIn, Alignable, and I don't do that much on Instagram. I've got things, but I would just say LinkedIn, Alignable, and I guess Facebook, because I mean, I need to go in there and clean house sometime when you hit almost your 5,000 connections and you're sitting there looking at them going, I've had these for almost a decade and I don't even know who they are.
Isn't it incredible? Like, or accept. Now, young lady, you're probably the youngest in the room, so your technology outreach is going to be probably bigger than all of ours. What do you think, Hala? What are you using? What's your favorite?
I love it that you said I'm the youngest. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm 55. Thank you.
No way.
Thank you. I love that. Thank you. You just made my day. Yes. Thank you. I was a big fan before when I was during the LA Fashion Week. I was working with them because I'm also a certified fashion personal celebrity stylist, and I was getting up to 12, but I let that go once I started my own entrepreneurship. And the one that I hated, not hated, but the one I didn't use, I just had it up, was LinkedIn. But now it has become one of my favorite because the strategies that I've learned from Alex Hitt, the strategies actually has worked, and it's been a huge impact in visibility. And but you do have to go follow up on, and let's say you're having an event, you do have to go follow up and constantly be in contact and building that rapport. That is very important, and getting it on one-on-one, getting to know the people, that they accept your as an attendee, they accept and say yes to your event. Some of them may just say it without even knowing. So building that actually creates that connection. So that's one thing. LinkedIn was really good. The first thing I gotta say, better than AI or anything, is the person itself, the heart, your connections, heart to heart. That is my ultimate number one before AI or anything, is connecting with your heart and soul and being authentic. So that's number two. And the other platform, which you all know, I'm a big fan because I have my stuff on that platform, and because being part of Alex Hit has been a huge impact in my life, and that's the great discovery. I mean, I can't say enough about this platform.
Uh-oh, we lost you.
Yeah, Lester's sound.
There we go. And I lost all of them. I let go of all of them. And now the only platform that is my ultimate, it is the great discovery.
Awesome.
Thank you.
What about you, Miss Emily? When you're not in behind the panel, where do you promote? What do you like to favor, and what do you get information from?
Usually like LinkedIn, uh, Facebook, or YouTube. And a little bit of Alignable too. Those are a few things I've gone to.
There you go.
How about Kurt? I don't know that we've done Kurt yet.
No, haven't.
Or Mac, maybe.
How about we do Mac?
Thank you, Santa. I appreciate it. Yeah, the platform, I'm going to piggyback on what Halle was saying, is LinkedIn. I do a lot of work there, and I'm focused and dedicated to that platform. So I spend a lot of time, and the best way I find to reach people in the business world is through that. That's my opinion. And yeah, like she said, it's really about the follow-up. The fortune is in the follow-up, and yeah, it's just gaining relationships, like she said, and just understanding what the best way and how to reach out to them on that platform. So yeah, LinkedIn is my go-to. That's really what I've been focusing on. And I like focusing on posting and doing LinkedIn events and other things that are valuable. So on there. So that's where I'm hanging out.
There you go.
Not so much the gram. So although I do have a gram account in Facebook, but
Kurt, what about you? What's your
thank you.
favorite? Thanks, Mac. What's your three favorite platforms, and where do you get most of your information? Which platform are you using?
Yeah, so I've always had a process of, like, with event planning, like, say, as an example, what could be for this event is to put it out on Eventbrite. And then Eventbrite is a great way that you can replicate the event over to Facebook. And then LinkedIn is always powerful. And like through the Happy Neighborhood Project, we've got, No Card is one of the tools there. And then we've connected into Be Connected is a great one. Now, Be Connected, I'm not real good at keeping the practice on that one, but I should be. But my routines tend to be LinkedIn, Facebook, and No Card, and then obviously YouTube. Like right now, we're live out on YouTube is one of the platforms for this live streams. So in what I do, YouTube is big, being in the TV industry. So
There you go. And for me, LinkedIn again, I agree with everybody else's statement. For business to business, LinkedIn has got to be one of the better ones. But I'm doing 10 platforms a day. I put my videos on 10 platforms a day. So I tend to get a little busy when I'm doing 4 videos or 5 videos on 10 platforms a day. Be Connected is starting to grow. I'm starting to get used to it. And of course, I'm the only Santa on that platform. So they're pushing and promoting me, which is kind of cool, and giving me some different ways to utilize the platform even more. So I'll be working on that tonight as well. Yeah, I do. I just crossed over 7,000 followers on LinkedIn. I'm at 73,000 on TikTok. So I do TikTok right now. I'm doing, and for me, I haven't found that viral video. So for me, TikTok works in the fact that I spend time on there, and I'm doing 4 nights a week, roughly 2.5 hours every night, like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So for me, TikTok is one of those platforms where if you really want it to work, you got to spend some time on there and utilize it. Yeah, there's that famous just find a couple posts and it'll go viral and you'll get a couple 100,000. Yeah, well, I haven't found that viral one yet to go. So it's a learning as you're going, but for being only on that platform for geez, I think it was beginning of August last year. So we're only talking 15 months and I've got 73,000 followers. That's not a bad start to making some good connections. So, but yeah, this Be Connected is going to be interesting. They offer free and paid like some of these other big platforms, but they've really made it interesting on how to they can you can monetize it off good platforms. So they're in a serious growth pattern right now. So we'll see where that goes here in the next couple months. But I've got some ideas up my sleeve, and we'll see if once again they start expanding, and we'll see how it goes. You know, the old proverbial: if you don't try something new, you don't know if it's going to work or not. It's like who was the first one to try LinkedIn? Who was the first one to try Twitter? Who was, Instagram? There are people that have exploded on these platforms because they're doing a certain thing. I haven't figured out that certain thing yet. I'm learning and asking questions, so, but that's the power going back to networking. If someone knows something a little bit more about something than somebody else, ask questions. You never know which door that's going to open up. You know, Nancy, you've been doing this for a long time. What platforms are you using on your shows to promote your shows?
I just turn myself off. So on LinkedIn a lot, on Alignable, there's a group that I have supported. There's some Christian women, and they've extended it to men also. The Millionaire Momentum group. And usually when I have one-on-ones, I love asking. I use Matchmaker FM, so that's a free podcast platform, and I can find some really good potential guests there, and you can put your show there, or if you don't have a show, you can just go there to look through what they're looking for guests. I have found a lot of that, John. There's a great group in Norway, Jen and Steve Erickson's group, and they meet once a month, and their meeting is a little long. It's about 2.5 hours, but it's all these speakers and all these people that have events, and they just come together and get to know each other. So it's a variety of places. Santa, just, time permitting, and, girls like to do, what color do you want to wear today? What's going to make you happy? It's the same with networking and going to groups, what do you feel like you want to go and invest some time to be able to strengthen friendships and build new relationships.
Yeah. Hala, are you into the podcasting yet?
Who, me?
No, Hala.
Oh, Hala.
Not doing my own, but I do go on a lot of interviews. Yeah.
Mac, are you into the podcast field yet?
Am I doing podcasts, or do I want to make appearances on podcasts?
Are you doing anything on your own yet?
I'm not doing a podcast yet. I would love to maybe delve into it in the not too distant future, or at least come on somebody's show and have a heartfelt conversation. So if you know of anyone, that would be great, just to get my message out there and just to have a great conversation, really.
Wonderful.
I do listen to podcasts, so I'm a big fan of listening and growing through podcasts.
What are you using which platform are you using to listen to your podcasts?
I listen on Apple Podcasts.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the main platform I use. Thank you. And you?
I haven't got into the podcasting yet, but thanks to Mr. Kurt again, he brings Steve in, and he brings does a show once a month about learning how to start a podcast, what some of the ins and outs are doing it, and it's really piqued my interest a little bit more to see how you can grow with doing podcasts. And it's depending on who you talk to, there's a little bit of a learning curve, but once you got that down packed, you can grow pretty quick to get some decent sized audiences.
Kurt, do you have a question, comment? So you have your hand up.
Yeah, I thought it'd be a good time to share the story about doing this because, the idea of what we do in this shop here is we help people get out on YouTube Live, LinkedIn Live, Facebook Live, Instagram Live, Twitter X Spaces, Clubhouse, and more, folks. And so when we met Santa, he wasn't doing live streams like we're doing right now. And so this is the format we have. You have the opportunity to just let Emily Gomer be your podcast engineer and create a time slot and come on this Zoom, or if you got a platform, we can help you do it on yours. And I know the Be Connected group has, a great system for going live that we've been working with some folks on that. They have a great platform there. And, if there's a chance to be on Be Connected, to do one of the lives there, that's the way to go, I say. But, but we have this to offer. So Holly, if you ever wanted to get with us at Santa's shop here and work with Emily and whatever I can do to help produce these things, and Mac, Nancy's got her show. Does everybody know about Nancy's show? No? How about you, Holly? No?
We had a one-on-one long time ago, but no, fill me up. I don't think I'm aware of the show. No.
Nancy,
but I'll take the offer. Emily, I'll get on your calendar to do a podcast. I'm always open. I do a lot of, I get interviewed a lot, and I love that. So I'm open to it.
So Nancy, take it away. What's the deal with your show? Let's make sure everybody knows.
Oh, and Holly, would love to have another catch-up time with you just to hear how things are changing and evolving for you too. And Mac, I have had a few gentlemen on my show too. I've had it for almost 3 years, and I think this year I've had I think there's 3 guys I've had so far. But my show is on the Win-Win Women TV platform, and it's on the Raptor event platform, but it goes live on Apple, Roku, Amazon, and then on Win-Win Women TV. And Just a quick history about it, because I know we're watching our time to jump on the next exciting episode for our posting party. But Paula Fillingham is the founder of Win-Win Women community, and she has helped women in 150 countries for over 30 years. And she had a goal and a vision. She wanted to have a 24/7 evergreen platform that 4 billion women could come to day or night to become educated, inspired, and encouraged. And my show is the Healthy Sales Chick. It's all about the mind, the body, and the spirit, nurturing physical and financial. So all my guests, and we know everything affects us positively or negatively for our mind, body, and spirit. So I love finding guests that just are using their gifts and talents to really enhance other people. And just, I've had such a variety of people over the last 3 years. So that's sort of quick in a nutshell.
Awesome. So obviously it's
Thank you.
working because you've been on there for 3 years already and you're gaining followers. So you must be doing something right.
Keep on keeping on.
And that's what you got to do. Like we always say in business, you don't quit after the first month because you're not attracting 10 people. Maybe you've only attracted one, and they're not doing something right to help you move to the next level. But we all encourage each other, we all help each other. And that's the power that I'm really seeing lately in the power of networking is there's always someone out there willing to help you without charging you anything or even charging you a very small amount to give you some free advice, to give you some free ideas, to give you what worked for them and what didn't work for them. And boy, that's how you really step up your game, is when you have those types of conversations.
Thank you. Thank you for this space. And I'm so glad that I did come, because when you come and when the group is intimate, I love that because it's more in deep connections, and I love that. So thank you, Santa,
thank you
and thank
everybody
you,
for
Kurt,
showing
for
up.
telling
This
me
is
about.
actually, sorry, I stepped on you. Go ahead. Finish
It's
it up.
all right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to say thank you, everybody. This has been a wonderful conversation, and I will piggyback on your compliments. When there's a few people, boy, you can really pick each other's brains and open up to one another, especially when we all know each other. When we're friends, we're not scared to give away the proverbial secret because we're here to help one another. You're here to help each other grow. And I think this has been fabulous, and I'm truly thankful that everybody took some time to come and spend it with me. And the rest of you guests, this has been fabulous. Thank you for all your time.
Thank you, Santa. Thank you,
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you,
Kurt and Emily.
Santa. Have a
Thank
great
you.
night.
Grateful.
Everybody enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.
And you guys as